Ancient Chinese legends tell of a forgotten village that appeared only during winter fog. A village where every house stood empty. Yet red lanterns still burned through the night. According to the story, anyone who followed the lanterns after midnight would never return the same. More than 3,000 years ago, during the late Shang dynasty, traders traveling through northern China began reporting strange sightings near the mountains. On certain winter nights, a silent village appeared beside the old roads. The buildings looked ancient, the streets were empty, but every doorway held a glowing red lantern. At first, travelers believed the village was abandoned, until they noticed warm smoke rising from the chimneys. The first man to enter the village was a merchant seeking shelter during a snowstorm. According to later stories, he arrived shortly after midnight. He knocked on several doors. No one answered. Yet he heard movement inside the houses, slow footsteps, whispering voices, breathing behind wooden walls. The merchant spent the night inside an empty house near the center of the village. The next morning, he returned to a nearby town completely changed. His face looked pale, his voice barely rose above a whisper. And when people asked what he had seen inside the village, he answered only once: they were watching from behind the windows. 3 days later, he disappeared. Soon, more travelers reported similar encounters. Some claimed they saw figures carrying lanterns through the fog. Others heard drums echoing somewhere deep inside the village after midnight. Several people swore they saw shadows standing behind paper windows, perfectly still, watching silently. Then came the disappearances. Travelers who entered the village were often found days later wandering nearby forests in silence. Some no longer remembered their names. Others were discovered frozen in the snow with burns across their hands. But every survivor described the same feeling. The village had felt alive, as if something inside the houses had been waiting for them. Eventually, local officials tried to locate the village. But according to legend, the roads never remained the same. Some search parties walked for hours only to return to the exact place they started. Others claimed the fog itself moved around them. One group reportedly followed red lanterns deep into the mountains before vanishing entirely. They were never seen again. Years later, an old hunter made one final claim before his death. He swore the village was not abandoned and not filled with ghosts. According to him, the people inside the houses were still alive. But something beneath the village would not let them leave. Even today, remote villages in northern China warn travelers never to follow red lanterns through winter fog. Because according to old superstition, if the lights suddenly stop moving, it means the village has already noticed you.